Alright, Shalom. Giving all praises to YAHAWASHI, Bahashem Rabakakwadash, the one stellar apostles, a great millstone that taught me this truth. Blessings all you sincere laborers out there pushing this truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. Alright, also blessings also to you few sisters out there listening and learning. I'm my fellow servant Kanakla coming at you once again with another lesson. I have an article here from RT News. Let me get right into it. It says Germany won't back down under the threat of U.S. sanctions over Nord Stream 2 pipeline with Russia, Merkel. So just from the title in itself, you can see that Germany wants to build a pipeline or make a deal with Russia to bring a pipeline into Europe. All right. Wants to have ties with Russia for fuel purposes. Okay. So I'm going to go down. It says, So another thing, it's like another thing from the title is the U.S. is putting sanctions on Germany. Okay. So it says Chancellor Angela Merkel has insisted that Berlin will not give into pressure from Washington after the U.S. Senate approved a bill sanctioning German companies working on a pipeline that will deliver natural gas from Russia. So here it is. NATO, the EU, supposed to be in agreement, all right, with the U.S. All right, part of that North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Okay, so technically, the Germans is an ally to the U.S., but here it is: the Germans want to do business with Russia, and the U.S. is putting sanctions on them. Now, sanctions pretty much hurt a country financially, where they're not able to buy or sell. Okay, so here it is. Once again, the U.S. is supposed to be allies with Germany, but here it is, they putting sanctions on them, which is an act of war. All right, because that's how war usually starts out, financially, politically, and then it goes into the physical perspective of troops on the ground, bombs being, let off or whatnot. But that's how war usually takes place. So America just goes around putting sanctions on its allies, man. All right, and this is further dividing, this coalition, okay, which is already divided. Okay, going into the precepts here. Use precept real quick. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 31. Now this is the Nebuchadnezzar king that Daniel broke down. It says, "Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and from thereof was terrible." Now this is the title, like a actual image of the image. Okay. All right. First, you got the head of gold, Babylon, breast of silver, Persia, thigh and breastplate, brass, which is Greece, the legs of Rome. Okay, and then down below is pretty much the regeneration, the reincarnation of the Roman Empire, which is in the feet, which is the 10 toes. All right, the original 10 signatures of NATO. All right, so let's go back to the precept. It says, "Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. The image was of fine gold." We went through this already. Babylon. His breastplate, all right, and his arms of silver, which represents the Persians. His belly and his thighs of brass, which would represent Greece, and his legs of iron, which represent Rome, and his feet part of iron and part of clay. All right, now iron is a strong metal, very strong metal, and clay is a lot softer. Okay, even as even if clay hardens up, it's still softer than way softer than iron. Okay, so it says, thou sawest till the stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon its feet that were of iron, clay, and break them to pieces. Iron and clay, and break them to pieces. So you hit those toes, the foundation, then the rest of the body falls. And that's symbolic to YAHAWASHI coming down, the one who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, and with the things popping off today, you say YAHAWASHI, man, then you know you're probably a terrorist if you say the name YAHAWASHI now. All right, based on what's happening, the Jersey situation. Okay, but that's YAHAWASHI coming and breaking down, taking the crowns of all these kingdoms. Okay, then was the iron and the clay and the brass and the silver and the gold broken to pieces together and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain. Now, mountain represents government. All right, and that's how Yahushua is going to come down and set up his government, his ruling body on the planet Earth. It says, and filled the whole earth. This is a dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Okay, so that's what's happening right here. These 10 toes, part iron, part clay. First of all, toes are divided. All right, and then part iron, part clay. You got weak European nations, and you got strong European nations. Now this would be the iron, because Germany is a strong European nation. Okay, Greece would be one of the nations that's part of the clay because they're weak. So it says during Wednesday Q&A session, Parliament, lawmakers asked Merkel about the possibility of U.S. slapping sanctions on German companies, including the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. The chancellor said that she firmly opposes such sanctions because they have an extraterritorial effect. They will not push Berlin to abandon the project. However, she said, we haven't backed down to the U.S. with regards to the NSA spying affair, nor do we intend to back down now. So what this is going to cause, this is causing tension between the U.S. and its allies, pursuant to Revelation, the 17th chapter. Okay, when it say the beast shall eat the whore and consume it with fire. And one more precept that this reminds me of, if I can get it real quick. Fellas probably already know I'm going to divide it. Okay, kind of. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And it reads, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, all right, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Okay, so this Edomite kingdom, this European kingdom is fixing to fall. This Edomite kingdom, all right, because here it is, Russia, they're Edomites, okay, but they're not even a part of NATO. Russia's not a part of NATO, okay, but here it is, a member of NATO, EU, is doing deals with the enemy, so to say. You know, Russia is connected to Iran, Syria, all countries that the U.S. is on the opposing side of. Okay, so that's pretty much it on this thing. You know, just something to look out, something to watch. All right, U.S. sanctions won't stop completion of Russian natural gas pipeline to Europe. So that's heavy, man. All right, here it is. The reason why there was a Cold War is because of Russia. Okay, and here it is. The EU, Europe, is allowing the enemy of the U.S. to build a pipeline into Europe. All right, so that's heavy. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Giving all praise to YAHAWASHI, the one of the apostles, great millstone, and shalom to you brothers out there pushing this truth and sincerity and in faith and honesty, man. All right, looking forward and hastening for that great day and watching these prophecies take hold. All right, soon at Habakkuk, second chapter, the vision set for appointed time, but the end shall speak and not lie. And right now, these prophecies are speaking clearly. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.